I've been there more times than I care to admit, scrolling through glossy photos of nail art printers that promise instant salon quality, and then, when the package finally lands on the doorstep, finding a machine that either takes forever to print or churns out colors that look dull under real light. It's that exact kind of disappointment that makes anyone pause before dropping a few $100 on a gadget that could end up gathering dust. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. So before you click add to cart, let's walk through what the 3D Smart Nail Art Printer actually does in a typical day, where it shines, and where it might leave you wishing you'd stuck with traditional brushes. First off, the concept itself is appealing. A desktop-sized device that connects via Wi-Fi or USB, lets you upload a design from your phone, and prints it straight onto a client's nail in under a minute sounds like a perfect shortcut for busy nail studios and for DIY enthusiasts who want salon-level detail without the steady hand of a pro. The printer's 5-inch touchscreen is where you select the pattern, adjust size, and start the print. That interface is intuitive enough that you don't need a tech degree to figure it out, and the fact that it can be powered from a regular outlet means you can tuck it behind a workstation or even set it up on a small table for home use. Now, let's talk about the actual workflow. I tested the machine by printing a few designs that ranged from simple polka dots to more intricate mandala patterns. The first step is to prep the nail surface. It needs to be clean, lightly buffed, and coated with a special base coat that the printer's software expects. This isn't a massive extra step, but it does add a minute or two to the overall process, something you'll want to factor into a client's appointment time. Once the nail is ready, you place the finger in the cradle, choose the image, and the printer does the rest. The ink cartridges are built-in and the machine claims premium paint by numbers quality, which in practice translates to fairly vivid colors that hold up for a couple of days without immediate chipping. For most casual users, that's more than enough. You can walk out of the house with a fresh set and not worry about a smear at the office. One practical strength that stands out is the speed. Compared to hand painting a complex design, which can take 1,520 minutes per hand for a skilled artist, the printer can finish a full set in about 8 minutes. That's a real time saver for a salon looking to increase turnover on busy evenings, or for a hobbyist who wants to experiment with multiple looks in one sitting. The device also eliminates the learning curve of mastering steady strokes and layering techniques. You simply select a file, and the machine reproduces it with consistent spacing and color density. For anyone who's ever struggled to keep tiny details intact on a small nail canvas, that consistency feels like a breath of fresh air. On the flip side, there are hidden trade-offs that become clear once you start using the printer regularly. The first is the reliance on the proprietary ink system. The cartridges aren't interchangeable with standard nail polish, so you're locked into buying the brand's refills. While the initial box includes a set of colors, the cost per refill can add up quickly, especially if you're running a high-volume studio. The second issue is the size limitation. The printer's cradle is designed for standard adult nail widths, so it struggles a bit with very short or very wide nail beds. The design can bleed over the edges, leading to a less clean finish. If you serve a clientele that prefers very short nails, you might find yourself needing a backup method for those cases. Another point worth mentioning is the software ecosystem. The machine connects to a dedicated app that lets you browse a library of pre-made designs and even upload your own SVG files. The app is fairly stable, but occasional hiccups occur when transferring large files over Wi-Fi, which can cause the printer to pause mid-print. In my experience, switching to a USB connection solved most of those glitches, but that adds an extra cable to manage. If you're planning to use the printer on the go, say, at a pop-up event or a mobile nail service, the Wi-Fi convenience can be a bit finicky unless you have a reliable hotspot. So who should actually consider buying this nail art printer? If you run a nail studio and find that a significant portion of your clientele asks for detailed, repeatable designs, think wedding parties, themed events, or brand collaborations, the printer can become a revenue driver. You'll be able to offer a custom-designed service that's faster than hand painting and can be priced accordingly. It's also a great fit for creators who post nail art tutorials on YouTube or Instagram. The visual consistency of a machine-printed design makes for cleaner video content and less time spent editing out uneven strokes. Conversely,